Peace, what's good, YouTube? Today's video is to basically answer the lifelong question of how long is it going to take? A lot of clients ask me that every time we do the consultation, every time we begin work. The main question that literally every person asks me is, so how long is it going to take to manifest? What I want to express is that I understand that you all want what you want when you want it. Okay. I mean, I can be the same way at times, so I definitely can relate to how you feel. But because I work in this field and I work with these energies on a daily basis, um, I have a bit more of an understanding as to how they work and the way that they manifest in a person's life. And I know that based on my own experience. I know that based on how things manifest when I send out spirits. I know how things manifest in my life when other people send spirits at me. Um, so, what I've come to understand is that spiritual work is not like ordering something off Amazon. You know, Amazon says that, it'll be at your house, between uh, 12 and 8 in the evening on a Thursday after you've made your order. You expect it to be there because you paid for it. And this is the mindset that comes with anything that you purchase on the internet. Technology has allowed us to be able to expand our reach. Speaking about us spiritual people, usually we would always be limited to our local communities when doing spiritual work, and that's before the internet, before social media, and so forth. The internet has definitely connected the world in so much that through the various websites and platforms, we spiritual people are able to connect with a lot more people in a very vast community. And in doing so, we've become a part of the marketplace for religious services. Would probably be the best category to fit us under. And that falls under the category of marriages, that falls under the category of bar mitzvahs, and so forth, in relation to Orthodox religion. But when you offer these services on the internet, a lot of people do it as a hustle. So when they do it as a hustle and not a lifestyle and a way of life, they're not doing it from their heart. They're doing it because they want to make a buck. They want fame. They want notoriety or things like that. They see an easy way to make money. Um, these are usually the people that do unethical things, such as tell you got witchcraft on you when they know you don't, just so that they can try to sell you something. Or the type of people that threaten you to do witchcraft on you if you don't pay for their services. Or, they continuously want to keep charging you to do the same work. Okay. Like, oh, well, send me another $300, send me another $200. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Usually, these are the people who are not really doing it from their heart. These are the people that you got to watch out for. But when you are dealing with somebody that is living this lifestyle that actually is devoted to the spiritual practices that they speak about, then it would be wise to adhere to whatever insights that individual has to say about how the spirits that he or she works with um, in regards to your spiritual work. It's not like Amazon, you just can't pay for a spiritual love spell and in 7 days you're going to have your lover back. I wish the world was that easy, but it's not like that. And when people even tell you, most people that tell you or give you a number of days um, in a reading, they're just really telling you something just because they want to satisfy you. You know what I'm saying? Because I get a lot of people that come to me that tell me that other spiritual workers, many of which I don't know, these are spiritual people I don't know that these people went to. And they always tell me that all of these different spiritual workers, for whatever reason, always give them a date. Okay. And then when it doesn't happen on that date, what does the spiritual worker do? They disappear. All right. Or they get an attitude with the client when they're the ones that told the client it was going to be a certain day or a certain amount of days or so forth. And they do that just so that they can sell you the work, because they're doing it as a hustle. In reality, spiritual work is going to manifest when the spirit sees fit for it to manifest. As long as the spirit says that it is going to manifest, then you can take it to the bank. It's going to manifest. You know what I mean? The more that you kind of fall back from the work after you do it, after you pay a true spiritual person to perform a work from one of the traditions, I can only really speak on, I can't speak of those light workers that be talking about, oh, this is not black magic and stuff like that. Those type of people that be like, oh, those people are going to light some angel candles for you. That's not going to be strong enough to get get done on a material plane. First of all, you can't get an angel to perform any type of mundane material carnal act. You can't get no angel. High level, high vibrational energies require a lot more effort spiritually and a lot more spiritual maturity to be able to call down from those vibrations into this dense vibration. Most of those energies do not come down into this vibration. You have to go up into their vibration. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of the African centered based spiritual philosophies, they deal with working with earthbound forces, dead people, nature, trees, rocks, earths, things of that nature, because those energies are more easily accessible and are more able and more efficient in regards to causing change on the material plane. Okay. So those individuals can't really do anything for you. They may be good seers. Don't get me wrong. A lot of those people are very psychic, and they definitely have the ability to see clairvoyantly and what have you. So they're very good to go to for readers when you want some insight on something. But when it comes to getting the actual work done that they see needs to be done, like say you pay one of those people to do a work. You pay one of those people to get a reading. And then when you get the reading, they tell you, well, this needs to happen in order for you all to come back together. Okay, at that point, then you go to the spiritual worker who works with earthbound forces. Okay, and you ask that person to do the spiritual work for you, because them are the people who are more likely to get it done, because they work with energies that are more able to affect the physical plane. Okay, so this is why I say traditions like Palo, Orisha, Santeria, Ifa, um, Voodoo, Obia, Kimbanda, you know, traditions like those are the traditions that you want to go to in regards to getting spiritual work done. Those traditions are very hard to fake. You cannot, when a person says that they are a practitioner of one of those traditions, um, most of the time, 80% of the time, those people truly have a connection to those traditions and they can help you. Now, what happens in those traditions is a lot of times, I know from talking to a lot of people who explore the Afro Cuban spiritual culture, and you got a lot of people in certain traditions who want to be more than what they are. So they'll sell themselves as if they're something that they're not, so that they can make money or get fame or whatever. But for the most part, those traditions are not the type of traditions that you can fake being a part of, because those forces, if you try to fake being a part of those spiritual forces, they can hurt you. They can hurt you a lot. Um, and they can turn your life upside down if you do not have the licencia to be able to work in that realm. There are certain spiritual realms that we must gain a particular licencia to. And one of the reasons why initiation and stuff like that is necessary because your spirit, your soul, your body has to be then tied to those forces that you want to work with. Um, so that they will cooperate with you and flow through you and work with you in a more in a symbiotic way. You know what I mean? You want the spirits to see through your eyes while you see through the eyes of the spirits. You want to have a symbiotic relationship with these spirits, and this is what initiation does: is it helps you to develop that type of relationship. So people who are working in that area, they're working according to the spiritual rules in regards to the type of forces that they work with. Meaning that you will approach, let's say, Eshu of Brazil differently than you would approach Eshu of Yoruba, or Lucero of Palo, or Elegua of Santeria. You're going to approach these, even though these are all crossroads spirits, you're going to approach each one differently. And by approaching each one differently, things are going to happen faster or slower based on the way that you approach them. So in reality, it's truly hard to gauge um, time in relation to spiritual work. And I'm just being really, really honest with you and exposing the truth that a lot of spiritual workers will not care to admit. Um, Time is of another dimension. Okay, time is of another dimension. It's a dimension of its own. And during in that dimension, it's not as easily able to control as the physical world. Okay, the reason why it is very difficult to gauge whether or not or how long a specific spiritual work is going to take to manifest is because things are always changing. Every time that we perform a karma, every time that we perform an action, we have the potential to change something. This is why I often tell people, and they may think that I'm just giving them some bullshit when I tell them this, but they be like, well, what should I be doing now? Go live your life. Don't focus on the work. The more you are involved with the work, once you do it, more of a chance that you're going to cause it to fail. Human interaction with the spirit world, once you've given them a task to interfere with them while they're trying to get something done, is going to make it harder for them to get it done. You know what I mean? It's going to make it hard. You have to just chill. You know what I mean? Just let it, once you know the work has been done, go do something else. For real. Go live your life as if you didn't get no work done. And just let everything flow. By doing that, every last client that I've ever done work for who's behaved in that way has gotten results faster than people who hound me every single day in my inbox every single day. Hey, I'm just checking up. Hey, I'm just getting an update. Hey, I just want to get an update every day. I don't have time to do that, first of all. I don't have a time to give you updates every day, and there's nothing to update you on because you need to update me. I'm the worker. You need to tell me what you're experiencing. You know what I mean? And this is the update you give me is when you experience something significant in regards to the work. This is also why when people ask me about time, I tell them to observe the work for 21 days. I've never said that all my works manifest in 21 days. I've never said that. People just hear what the fuck they want to hear. I said observe the work for 21 days. Within that 21-day period, you should know if that shit working. You should see something. You should get some type of sign that lets you know that it's working. Sometimes the sign is not a positive sign, but it lets you know that some shit is going on. Usually when I don't get a positive sign within that 21-day period, then I'll just go and ask the spirit, yo, is everything good with this situation? Is everything going to manifest? Is it going to come to pass? That this is going to happen between this, and this. And if they say no, then I'll be like, oh, okay, boom, that's wow. I guess something was off. in regards to what was manifesting, and then I'll fix it. But when they say that it's good, I just leave it alone. Even if I experience something bad, let's say for instance, let's say for instance, I was doing the work on a woman. Okay, I don't do spells on women, but let's say for instance, I was doing the work on a woman. Well, I don't do spells to get women. If I was doing a spell on a woman, and then I went on her after I've done the work, I go on her Instagram or her Facebook, and I see her talking about going on a date with another dude. Okay, something of that nature. Then I've just now, and then I react to that. Once I react to that, I've now changed or interfered with what the spirit was going to do. Who cares about her going on a date with another dude? So what? Because the way I've seen spirit work, I could see her finna go on a date with another dude, and then the next day she'll make a post. As I keep watching, that'll be like, ugh, I hate the dating life. People are this and that, blah blah blah. I'd be like, oh, that shit ain't work anyway. Wasn't nothing to worry about. But what happens with my clients is my clients like to react to stuff like that. Then they project their emotions on me at all hours of the day, and I don't get paid to be a therapist. I'm just here to give the spirit a directive order on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be really wanting to feed into that stuff. And I be trying to like tell them to just go live your life. This is why I say don't stalk their pages and stuff. If you can't handle it, you know what I mean? Like, shit, people stalk my page right now to see if they curse is working on me. You know what I mean? So if you want to see if your spiritual work is manifesting, definitely look at the page. You know what I'm saying? Look at the page. But be able to handle what it is that you see or what it is that the person posts. You got to first of all know that social media, man, people lie so much on social media, it's crazy. Because you could be anybody you want to be on social media. This is why when you are doing something real, you have to put forth a great effort in order to display authenticity. Because there's so many people on social media faking. Even some of the people that you think are the realest at what they doing. People even think I'm faking. You know what I mean? They think I'm faking at what I do, but when you come around me and when you come in my world, you see that it's 100% real. The good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this beautiful world full of, you know what I mean? I could make a movie about my shit, about the way my life is. You know what I mean? From fighting evil sorcerers to battling demons to love to just everything. You know, knowledge, elevation, growth. You know, this world is very real. It's very real. So when it comes to observing people's social media and stuff like that, you know, you just gotta have self control. You can't be reacting and then trying to project it on me, because the spirit is going to maneuver through an individual's. Once a spirit is attached to a person's aura, then once it's attached to that person's aura, it's going to begin to start influencing them. It's going to begin to start influencing their thoughts. The medium between the world of the spirits and our world is the mind. So this is why it's going to influence the individual's mind first. So you have to give this process time. You know what I mean? Depending upon how strong-willed the individual is, depending upon what type of ancestors that this person has around them, protecting them, all of this stuff determines how long something is going to take. Oftentimes, in the tradition of Palo, you got to continue to keep you got to keep sending the spirit out. Even after you've done a work, you got to keep sending that spirit out. Keep on hitting that person until you break down their resistance. And because some people are more strong-willed than others, some people have ancestors that are looking over them and watching them and protecting them from stuff like, you know, black magic or whatever. So you gotta, you know, you have to take that stuff into consideration, and you really just can't worry about it because their ancestor is strong. But if you keep hitting them with a natural elemental force, you know what I mean, then eventually the ancestor, you know, gonna give up and you're gonna get them. You know, or the person may have a strong will. You got to keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them and hitting them until, you know, until they break down. Um, And you don't even want to know how I learned that that's what you got to do. But that is what you got to do. You know what I mean? And it works for people that are not initiated and not protected, and people who have no knowledge of what's going on. You know, it usually don't take that many times to hit them for them to break down. But you know, with initiated priests and people who have protection and things of that nature, of course, you know, there's a chance that you can hit them as many times as you want. It's never going to work because they're protected. But people, you know, targets that are under spiritual attack from spiritual work that a client may order, those people in most cases, if they're not initiated or they're not a part of any tradition, um, may have the most nothing more than an ancestor or an egun that watches over them and protects them from things like that. So you just basically have to wear that egun down until it has no strength to protect them, and then that's when the spell will work. Will begin to start manifesting, or oftentimes you have to the spirit will wait until the countenance is down on a person, and then that's when they get them. Like I got a client that I'm working for right now, and every day, every other day, he'll hit me up, you know, like nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet, every single day. And then just yesterday, he'll hit me up and be like, "Oh, I found out that she is she's stalking me. Now she left him, but now she's stalking him after I've done the work. She ain't ready to come back yet, but she's stalking the person that she left. We do the work on her, and now the work is starting to manifest by her stalking him on social media. What that means is that she now got feelings. Clearly, she can see feelings, or he can see that she has feelings for him. She's worried about who he's dating and stuff like that. So all he got to do at this point is pretty much tell her that he only want to be with her and nobody else, and that he want to make it work with her. The interest is there. You just got to tell her the right things because that's what she want to hear. Not to say that you gonna bullshit her or lie to her, but you got to. She's waiting on you to do that, so you got to do it. So these works, you know, they can manifest in any type of way. At least the way that I do them. The way that I do it to protect myself and to protect the client from the negative effects of causation. I ask the spirit to choose how it wants to manifest something. That way that my willpower is not involved in it. It's the will of the spirit. So therefore, if there's any karmic backlash or any type of negative reaction to what we're doing, guess who gets that reaction? The spirit does, and not the client or not myself. Because the spirit decided, if you say, look, I need you, spirit, to eliminate this person from my life, have your way to do it. Whatever you choose to do, do it. And then that person get in the car and get in the car accident and die. Well, I didn't ask for that person to die, nor did I ask for that person to get in the car accident, but the spirit felt that this person was that much of a hindrance and a danger to your life or to the client's life or what have you, that they felt like the only way that I could get this person out of their life, because they're never going to stop, is for them to have a car accident and die. You see what I'm saying? So that karma goes on the spirit, not on you, because you didn't choose to do it. I didn't choose to do it. The spirit chose to do it. And this is how I do my love works. This is how I do all of my works, in regardless to how I approach the spirit. So that way that it may take a little longer because the spirit has the freedom now. The spirit has one prime directive: bring these two people back together. Bring these two people back together. Oh, I got some coffee. Bring these two people back together, and you can do it however you want to do it. That's basically what you're telling the spirit. Bring these two people back together any way that you see fit. So the spirit may be like, okay, well, damn, we got to chill for a month. We got to chill for 2 months. because she's going to end up being in a position in life where this is going to happen, or he's going to be in a position in life where the relationship between him and the current girlfriend is going to fail. So as soon as that relationship failed, that's when I'm going to start working on his ass. Boom, 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 boom. If the spirit can see, they can see what's going to happen in the entire situation. So they move in because I'm giving them the free will to manifest this one directive. You know what I mean? I'm giving them the free will to do it. They're choosing. This is why when you look at my testimonial, some people get results in a week. Some people get results after months. And people be like, well, damn, how can I get the week? It all depends. And I tell you in the inbox, it all depends upon your situation. It all depends upon your situation. And they be like, well, how much is it going to cost? It all depends upon your situation. I do not know how much it's going to cost for the most part until we do a consultation. This is why I tell people to get the consultation. Get the consultation because I need to know what that spirit wants to do that. A spirit may want just a rooster for one couple, but may want something much bigger for another couple. And the cost of those things are different. So I can't quote one price. It's not a cookie cutter situation. It's not like there's some cookie cutter spell kit that I use to do these works. Each work is unique to the individual in their situation. This is why divination has to be performed first. And I cannot quote you a price in the DM, in the inbox, in the text message, in the WhatsApp, until you book the consultation. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, the consultation is so I know you're not wasting my time. If you book the consultation, then I know you're serious. Okay? If you sitting in my inbox asking me a million questions and I done sent you the consultation link three times, then I'm going to start ignoring you. That's when I'm just going to ignore you. Like, all right, clearly you on bullshit. And I don't have time. So, spiritual work, it's going to take as long as it's going to take because the spirit has free will to do or bring about the manifested result when it does. You know what I mean? Now, I can ask the spirit, look, is it going to take longer than 3 months for this to come about if the client stays completely out of the way? Will this work manifest in 3 months? They may say no. Like, okay, shit, it's going to be a minute for this one. I can't give you an exact date, but I can tell you it's going to be longer than 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Is it going to take longer than 3 months? No, it's not going to take longer than 3 months. Okay, so we got at least 3 months to see this thing manifest. That's the only way that I can give you a general idea of exactly how long it's going to take and be completely honest with you at the same time. I don't want to tell you, 7 days. I'm going to be lying to you. Real talk. I'm going to be lying to you. And most people that give out these days and numbers, they lying. I can do this in 24 hours. I sent them the money and nothing happened. You think? You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that would anybody that would even promise you something like that is hustling you. If they gotta tell you, I can do love magic, and I would never say no shit like that. I can do love magic 24 hours. I would never say that. Then you can call me a scammer. Like real talk. Then you can be like, that nigga scamming. Legitimately. You ever see me doing some shit like that or telling you some shit like that, then you can now say that Negro's a scammer. That nigga told me he could do love spells in 24 hours. I bought a love spell from him, ain't nothing happened. I know. I'm not doing that. Shit, when I see 24-hour results, I'll be just as surprised as y'all. I start doing the work. I send the spirit out on your behalf as soon as you pay. You know what I'm saying? So once I do that, and you hit me up the next day, like, damn, did you do something? Because this just happened. He just came over here like he gonna be with me, blah, 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 blah. I'll be like, damn, that was quick. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to remember what the hell I gave the spirit to make it do that. But it has nothing to do with that. More so than it has to do with what's already in the heart of the this particular unique couple. This man has a unique feeling for this woman versus another couple who may pay for this spirit to work on their behalf. And that man or that woman may have a different feeling in their heart. And those emotions in the heart are definitely going to weigh on how long or how short it's going to take for a connection or work to manifest fully. This is the truth. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So when you get work done, go into it knowing these things. Go into it knowing these things. You got to live, just go. Once you know you got to work, it's like an investment. Look at a spiritual work from an authentic person as an investment. As an investment. I also want to add to another reason that the divination is required, that the consultation is required, is because sometimes you have situations where a couple broke up and then you find out that, oh, the reason why they broke up is because another woman went to another worker and did work to break that couple up. And now that's another work. Now you have to break up that before you can even do a love work because it's not going to manifest. And I've seen that. I've seen that. When I first started doing spiritual work, I would go straight into the love work, not considering or anticipating the fact that there were some other spirits that were already interfering with this connection and that I had to remove those spirits first before I can go into inserting my spirits into the mix, or there was going to be interference and conflict. And then once I learned that, then I started checking, and there would indeed be times where a client would have spiritual energy around them, you know what I'm saying, and that had to be removed before there could be any success in their workings, their love workings, or anything else they may have going on. It could be for money, a job, or whatever. So you see, time is elusive, and it all depends upon every cause that we put into action. And to be honest with you, the best way to receive the shortest amount of time in the manifestation of a spiritual work is to do nothing. Do nothing. Especially if you do not have the capacity to change as a person. Because the person may have broke up with you because there was a quality about you that they didn't like. But if you don't do the work, the inner work on your own to change that quality, okay, what didn't they like about me? Okay, okay, I can see how I could change that about myself. If I got to change that to get this person back, boom. So when you put the work on them and they see the change in you at the same time, then it makes it more easier for it to work. All of this stuff I explain to the client in the consultation. So it's not like you got to worry about what you need to change and shit like that. We go over all of this stuff. If there's anything if there's anything that needs to be changed, sometimes is nothing there in that particular realm. But all of these things have to be taken into consideration. So I hope I gave y'all a definite understanding of how time works in this realm of spirit. And from this point on, people will kind of like fall back from even asking me about time because I've explained it and I'm showing it to you. How time works in these matters. And it all boils down to once you invest in an outcome, fall back and let the forces which you paid to bring about that outcome do what it is that they need to do. The problem is with you all is y'all are too involved. Y'all too involved. Okay? You got to fall back. I too had to learn this at some point. You got to fall back. The best works are when I do work and then I forget I did it and then I see it manifest. Them be the most successful. Them be the most successful. So with that, I'm gonna leave y'all right now. I'm gonna do some works, talk to some people, and then I'll probably come back with another video later on today. Peace.